This is Tony Lully along with Dan Vogel from Ohio Valley Sports Online, your Ohio Valley Sports Authority, with your October 17th, 2024 Coaches Show Remote Edition. Today we are speaking with Brett McLean, the head football coach of the St. Clairsville Red Devils. The Red Devils football team, with a record of 8-0, will host the 7-1 Indian Creek Redskins on Friday night. That game will be streamed as an audio-only broadcast live right here on Ohio Valley Sports Online. You can also catch it on Facebook and YouTube channels. Coach McLean, thank you very much for taking the time to talk with me today, and congratulations on your season so far.
Well, thank you, Tony. We really appreciate you guys covering all these high school kids and their sports endeavors. They don't know how spoiled they are sometimes when guys like you are putting this kind of effort into making them famous.
We're really happy to help, Coach. Hey, Coach, I'm very impressed with your year in, year out winning tradition there at St. Clairsville. And I want to ask you, what stands out to you about this team compared to previous teams?
Well, you're right on the button there. Every team is their own, and this team is different from any I've ever coached. I mean, we have a great senior class. We have a group of kids who've been successful, all the way through the program for us. They're doing a tremendous job this year leading the team. There was a lot of expectation for this senior class. But we have a good mix right now as well of juniors and sophomores that are giving us time on Friday nights. I really like the physical nature of our team this year. I'm an old defensive guy. I played defense in college. So even though as a head coach, I've got my hand a lot more in what's going on offensively, I totally believe there's nothing better than a great defense and a team that's physical. So, I'm real excited about the way we've played on that side of the ball, no doubt about it. With some of our linebackers and D-backs and D linemen that are back, they've done a tremendous job, and they've brought some of our younger players up to speed pretty fast this year. So, we're thrilled to be 8-0 right now. We got a true challenge coming up tomorrow night with Indian Creek.
And what position did you play in college?
I was a corner at first and a free safety at last. Didn't know how lucky I was to land in a place called Alliance, Ohio, and play at Mount Union College. That was 1994. So just after they had won their first national championship, and was fortunate enough to be a part of some really good teams there for Mount Union. But, I was always a defensive back, and I was a defensive back in high school, but a quarterback in high school. And, I just couldn't throw the ball far enough to be a college quarterback. So I wound up in the secondary.
Very good. But you guys got on a heck of a run out there in Mount Union.
Yeah, very blessed to have landed there. And, I learned a lot from Coach Karras, Coach Montgomery, Coach Witovich, who was my D-back coach, really, truly on how to run a program. And, I believe good coaching is just good thievery. I got to play for Coach Billiard at Brook High School, who was very successful in his tenure at Brook, and then move on to Mount Union. And, I learned a lot of what we do here at St. Clairsville. I didn't just dream up, it's just putting in action the things I was taught.
Oh, so you went to Brook High School?
Yeah, I'm a Brook Bruin.
Are you really? So am I.
Attaboy. I am a 1996 grad at Brook High School.
Oh, I didn't know that. I graduated in 81.
Attaboy. Those were the heydays, the 1980s.
Oh, yeah. Well, somebody didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
I knew there was something I liked about the way you were talking.
Absolutely.
Hey, Coach, so you're coming off an emotional win last week against an undefeated Union local team. This week you're facing an Indian Creek team whose only loss was by 1 point to that same Union local team. In your preparations for this game, how do you maintain that momentum without having an emotional letdown?
Well, it's funny you allude to that because, we've talked to our team quite a bit about that. Our schedule in particular, week in and week out, we have played rivalry game after rivalry game. Our non-conference games are extremely spirited, with successful programs, and we're really pushing our kids to keep an edge, and that's really tough to do, to show up every single week. I mean, I just alluded to this last night. And you watched the college football weekend unfold the last 2 weekends, and
Yeah.
these are guys at the top of their game. It's hard to keep that edge and show up ready to play. Trust me, it's even tougher to do it with a 15, 16, and 17-year-old kid that have so many other things going on in their lives. So that's my job, and my assistant coach's job is to try to be the chemists and have them prepared every single week. That teams that have been successful in the past and won all their games, that's what separates them from everyone else, in my opinion. And usually, to have a season where you win all your games, you have to be a little lucky. You have to pull out some close ones, but you've got to show up every single week. And you're right, we had a big win last week versus Union Local. That's a next door neighbor, arch rival, conference foe, you name it. All the bragging rights are on the line when that game's played. And we were very emotional, as were they. It was a great atmosphere. But what do you do now? Do you
Yeah.
rest on that, or do you get up and go again? And we've had a lot of talks in our camp about that this week.
Yeah, very good. One more question, Coach. Indian Creek has demonstrated very strong control of the clock running attack. Um, what do you see the keys of winning this game?
Well, you're absolutely right too. And Coach Connor and I have coached against each other for 20 plus years. He's a great coach. He's doing what he knows, and he knows it will be successful, and that's why they're winning. They are very big. They control the ball. They want to eliminate your opportunities with the ball, wear you down, and that's what they do. And if you don't find ways to stop them, it's almost inevitable. Physics take over with the group that they have right now, and they can just wear you down till you physically don't want to be there anymore. So it's a tough task. We've played in these type of games before. It makes it crucial that you don't have mistakes. You can't turn the ball over. You may never see it again, and that's going to be really, really important this week. Which we have to clean up from last week. We put the ball on the ground a lot in the second half of our game against Union Local, and that's a point of emphasis in practice this week. We got to be better about that, or it will cost us dearly in a game like this.
Very good, Coach. Well, hey, I don't want to keep you too much. Again, uh, I thank Coach for spending time with me today. I'm going to be at the game, so I'm going to come down, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in person. A fellow Brook Bruin.
Yes, sir. Well, I can't wait to meet you, Tony, and we appreciate all that you guys are doing. Honestly, it's really neat, and the kids love it, and that's what this is all about. And we're trying to make their experience the best it can be, and you guys are, doing the same. So we just look for a great, rivalry game with Creek tomorrow night. Everyone gets out happy and healthy. I think both teams can go into playoffs and make a little run. So I'm hoping both teams leave the game healthy and ready to go for the playoffs.
All right, Coach. Have fun. Don't forget, right? Tell your kids have fun on Friday.
Absolutely, man. That's what it's all about.
Coming out healthy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Tony.
Again, I wanted to remind everyone that you can listen to this game broadcast live right here, as it will be an audio only broadcast on HighValleySportsOnline.com. You can also catch it on our Facebook and YouTube channels. That's High Valley Sports Online, your sports authority for high school sports in the High Valley. See you Friday.